Hi everyone and welcome back to the channel. This video is a little bit later than usual because I ended up being sick kind of at the end of October, like a cold or something, and my voice was a little bit messed up and I just did not feel like filming either. Not only did my voice sound horrible, but I didn't really want to film anything because I was just tired, and when I got back from work I just wanted to sleep. So this finished pages video is going to be just a little bit later than usual, just a few days I think. Hopefully I'll get it out quicker than that, but we'll have to see. But yeah, this is going to be my finished pages for October. I didn't do as many as I wanted, mainly because, like I said, I was sick, and then earlier in October I also had like a stomach bug thing, and I was busy a lot this month, so I really didn't finish that many pages. I didn't honestly even count before I started the video to see how many I did this month. I just know that I didn't color as many as I would have for like Halloween being my favorite holiday, so it's really good that in September I colored in all my Halloween books, because I definitely did not get to. However, I colored in all my new books this month that I hauled last month, so that's at least something. Let's start out though with the non-Halloween spooky books. So from the easy coloring, I'm doing 5 a month to try to get this book done in a year time frame. Since I didn't start it in January, you know, it won't be like, oh, I finish it at the end of the year. It'll be, I think I'll finish it in July, August, maybe August, I think. So I did 5 per usual. I do try to theme them or put them around the seasons, but I have kind of already ran out of fall stuff, so this one's a bit of a stretch. First I did this page, just like some baking supplies here. It's kind of like warm weathery, right? Sorry, cold weathery, right? You bake a lot in the fall was kind of my thought process here. But yeah, I like how this one turned out. I like how the wood especially turned out. This was good technique to learn how to color wood. And I just kind of did pastel colored stuff on this page. Just I thought it would be fun to do pastels. Next up, I did the gifts. This one, okay, I can say that I themed for October because my birthday's in October, so I was like, you know what? Presents, it's a birthday, right? This one themed. I did kind of the same thing again with like the pastel colors. I really like how the balloons turned out. This is really nice. I would like to like transfer this to another page and try to use this technique, but to be honest, I don't really have that many books that have pages with balloons in them, but I am very thrilled with how these turned out. Okay, next I think is one that I'm not super happy with. And it's the wood stove. See, this is like, oh, it's cold outside, and turn on the wood stove. It's kind of fall themed, right? And mainly I'm not happy with the wall itself. You can see here the splotchiness. I still have trouble with large spaces, kind of like going around this picture and keeping a leading edge where it stays wet so the splotchiness doesn't happen when there's something in the middle, because you're gonna have to go, oh, here and then 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 here, because like it's not one solid thing. I could do a lot easier. Like this side I had no problem with, but trying to work around the picture frame was a little bit difficult for me. So not super thrilled with that, but I mean, I'm happy with how the rest of it turned out. This was like, I kept it kind of muted colors, and oh, I did get the Ohuhu skin tone set from Doug for my birthday, but I already did like my book haul, and that was the only other thing I had new. It came in kind of around mid-October, and I didn't want to do a haul video just to show you those markers, but I used a lot of them on this page actually because of all the brown tones, so this was a good page to just try out all those new colors on. So that is something I did get, but I haven't hauled it because I just don't want to do like a video about one thing, right? Okay, next I think are all the sideways images, and I still have a blotter page in here, hold on. Okay, so first we have this horse, and I made it fall with the leaves, you know. So this horse looked like Spirit to me, like the way that Joshua Dunbar drew the horse reminded me of the animation style of Spirit, the DreamWorks movie. I liked it a lot when I was a kid, so yeah, I made the horse Spirit, and actually I think it turned out really well. Again, using pretty much just the new skin tone markers on this one. It had all these colors in it already. So yeah, I made it fall because he was surrounded by leaves, you know, that kind of works. It's Spirit. Really happy with this one though. And then, let me get to this page. I don't even remember what it was. Come on. Oh, yeah. It was Pie. Again, I was thinking fall Thanksgiving, you have pie, you bake, but it is more of like a summery type pie, I guess, because I made it mixed berry. I didn't just want to do one color for all of them. I thought that was kind of boring. I'm actually really thrilled with how this one came out. I like Joshua Dunbar's food pages a lot. If he did like a whole book of just like easy food to color, I would be all over it. I'm very happy with how this one turned out though. So that is pretty much the only like non-Halloween book other than my color by numbers, I think. So let's do color by number stuff first. You might hear that book hit the floor because I'm dropping them beside me. Let's do color by numbers. So first up, Jennifer Rowling's Dazzling Animals. What does she go by? Bright Ideas. Yeah, Bright Ideas. Paper Publishing. She put out Dazzling Animals Part 2, her mosaics. I did the entire first book and I loved it. So, of course, I got the second one. And I just go in order in this book because I like to use water-based markers and they don't bleed through the back and cover up the color key for the next page. So I just go from page 1 to, you can't see what they are anyway, right? Until you color them. So I literally did page number 1 and it's this kitten. I kind of knew right away this was a cat. This one came together very easy to me that it was a cat. Sometimes these are like really giving you a run for your money and I cannot figure it out until I'm close to being done. Right away I knew this was a cat. However, he was looking a little Garfield-ish to me, I think, because of the orange. But yeah, he's very cute. I actually think it's like a kitten and not a full-grown cat. And he's got his little feet up on like maybe the table or something, begging. I don't know. He's super cute though. Very happy with this one. Always thrilled with how these come out. Also, these look like even better through the camera than they do in person. They always look really, really fantastic. The shadows and everything. So yeah, I just used Ohuhu water-based markers and like Crayola Super Tips, and that's all you really need. This is only 25 colors though. It's really short and easy palette, so honestly, even if you just had a set of Super Tips, they would work for this really well. I don't really know why I started using water-based markers on these. I think maybe it was because the squares were so small, but I kind of just got hooked on it, and so that's what I used for these. They turn out really lovely though. Let's go for one of the other color by number books, because I know I have several here. Let's do this one. Okay. Kira Shershneva's Women's World Color by Color. See, now I actually go from the back in this one because I do use alcohol markers and it covers up the color key for the page if you go front to back. So back to front for this one. And this month was Grease. And I use like mainly Sharpies and Bic markers in this. I just really like how they work on this paper. It's the slick paper, but with the like, it's color by color. So with the like colored lines like this one, it gives it this different texture than the normal like premium paper. And I really like how the Sharpies feel on it. Of course, it's like the bright slick paper, so my camera kind of doesn't want to pick up on it super well without it flashing out a little bit and without a glare, but here we go, Grease. I will say I'm not super happy with the skin tone Sharpie I picked out. She's a little bit, like, actually in person she's very red. It's not too bad on camera, but she's very red in person. It kind of looks like she has a really bad sunburn. I did like this page a lot though because it actually had like a whole little scene going on. It wasn't just like a solid background color. I prefer it when there's a scene going on in my color by numbers. So next was another new book for me. Color by number Animals, Jade Summer. Let me say that this is a little bit annoying. I am going to do back to front. It is 48 colors. And I am slightly annoyed when it's such a big palette, like 48 colors, when they don't tell you what colors to use on the page and just give you the whole palette. That is slightly annoying to me. So that is a little complaint that I have with this, but it's not too bad. So starting in the back, it has these pages. There's 3 or 4 of them, I think, where there's 4 small images. And then it goes into the normal images. And I tried to knock out most of these. So I honestly colored these as 4 separate images. I finished one night, came back and did the others another day, you know. Like I said, though, when it has 48, and especially when a page like this uses most of those colors, it's a little bit annoying when there's maybe like 6 or 7 that aren't used to go through there and pick out which ones aren't there. I would prefer it if, you know, they just gave me the colors that they were using in the picture. You know, if there's 30 colors here, I wish they would just give me those 30, right? But yeah, I'm happy with how this turned out. I don't know if these images are all supposed to be related, like things you find in a forest, maybe, a frog, cricket, flowers or if they're just kind of like a little random snapshots, but I do like how these turned out, the small ones, they're cute. And then here was the next one. So I don't know what this animal here is. It's not AI. They say that it's not AI, and they give the name of the artist who drew it. And again, I don't know, are the pictures supposed to be connected? Is it a forest again with the ladybug, mushrooms, flowers, and then this is a forest animal? I don't really know. I don't really know what the sky is, but I'm happy with how the rest of it turned out. I like my mushrooms a lot. Yeah, I don't know what he's supposed to be. Little animal here. And there's no guide, you know, at the end that says, oh, this page is this animal or anything. It's just kind of like that. But most of the pages in the book, though, are just, it's one picture per page. They just have a few here in the back. And maybe these are meant to be like practice pages or color test pages or something. Or they were just how they decided to, in the book, just decided to do the little 4 panels. But I do actually like them a lot. I could do a whole book of these little 4 panel images. Now, I will say, like, so the color palette's not terrible. But it's like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 oranges here. That's why I colored the pictures as like individual images. It's not so much this page. This one didn't have a lot of orange. But like this one here, I buy smaller sets of markers. I don't have like the 300 or whatever the biggest Ohuhu one is. It's like 250 and then 300 something, right? So I just have the smaller sets. I don't have 6 different oranges. Like even with all my sets combined, I don't. So on some of these images, like what I used here for 13, I'm pretty sure is what I used here for 12. For the different oranges. That's why I said I colored them all as like little individual pictures and not like as a whole page, because I just didn't have the colors. So definitely with this one having a bigger color palette, you might need to stretch some of your markers more or combine several sets, but even for me, I just did not have all the colors for it. I still think it turned out totally fine though. Not so bad. Yeah, really thrilled with this book. I've seen it completed and I really liked how it looked. So that was kind of my influence to buy it. They have like a Cats one in the same style, and then I think that's it. I wish they'd put out more. So that's it for, yeah, all of the color by numbers and the non-Halloween books. So now we can do Halloween stuff, plus one book that's not really Halloween-y, but I did a Halloween page in it kind of thing. So first up, I have Easy Halloween by Joshua Dunbar. This was when he was working with Jade Summer, but this is Josh's work. So I have already colored a ton of pages in this book in years past. So I struggled to find some pages in here that were blank, but I knew I wanted to color in it really bad because I've just really been feeling his easy artwork. So I did find a few, I think, nice ones. So first up, we have this whole little scene, graveyard. Okay, see what I mean about the large spaces? I can do it when there's not too much in the way. Like the grass here in the sky, there wasn't so much to color around. That page I did with the wood stove and the picture on the wall really just threw me off. I need some more practice on it. But yeah, I did this graveyard. I think it turned out nice. I'm happy with the grass color I picked out. I just wanted it to be kind of weird and off-putting because it was a graveyard. But yeah, this one was super simple. And then I did this cat, the witch costume. I'm very happy with how this one turned out too. The cat stripes. I just did a little gray kitty. This was like before I got the skin tone set. I probably would have made him like a brown cat in hindsight. But the Ohuhu set that I have is a 72 set, and it doesn't have that many browns or anything in it, mostly grays. So I did make him a gray kitty. But he's still cute. And then I did Frankenstein. I really love the big portrait pages he has in here of the monsters. I think it was like Dracula and a mummy and stuff. So I did Frankenstein. I love how this page turned out, but in hindsight, I'm thinking that I should have made his jacket a different color since I did like a brown color for the wall. And actually, he did this one pretty good. Look at that. No streaking and splotching. I don't know what was going on with the other one. It was just hard for me to keep up with that one because I managed to color around the window this time just fine. I really like how this page turned out though, like a lot, especially his jacket. This one was good, learning how to color some of the fabric in this way. I do like using these books for kind of like tutorials almost. You can take these skills and put them in another book. So this is a good one for the folds in the fabric, how it's bunched up and everything, to learn how to do shadows like that. And this one I just used a little bit of, I think maybe Jelly Roll possibly the Uniball Signo on the lightning outside and a little bit of the rain. There were not a lot of raindrops. I went over the little like black marks that were supposed to be raindrops. I didn't add more because sometimes when I add my own, it tend to go a little crazy with it. But I think it turned out really well. And then I know I did a few sideways pictures, at least one. Yeah, and then I did the Headless Horseman. I've been wanting to color this page for a long time, and I hadn't done it before because I think I was very intimidated by it. But I'm really happy with how it turned out. I can tell though some of the glitter from my jack-o'-lantern has kind of rubbed everywhere, but that's okay. So yeah, this is my Headless Horseman, and this one I tried to blend some of the sky so that it wasn't a solid color, and it turned out okay. Not like the greatest, but it's fine, I think. It's not too bad. You can tell what I was trying to do. And I did do a little bit of pencil work, kind of like to make a moon glow around the moon and around the clouds. And then, yeah, glitter on the like flame on the jack-o'-lantern head, and you can probably see all the glitter around here. I think it just smeared when I closed the book, but that's all right. Yeah, very happy with this one. Very, very excited. I was really wanting to do that page, and I don't know why. I just hadn't taken the leap into it to do it. All right, so next up was another new book, Huga Hollow, Cute and Spooky Fall Coloring Book by Steph Mortimer. Also known as Sunray Books. That's what you'll find her on Instagram as. So this one is Halloween, but also just general fall. So you'll see me coloring in this one in November for sure. I had a page marked here actually to do in November, so I'm just going to move that over for a second. So for Halloween, I did the trick-or-treating page. Yeah, I don't have too many books that actually show characters trick-or-treating, despite all the Halloween books I have. I'm really happy with how this page turned out. I put a lot of effort into it. I try to do different things with these cute and cozy pages. This is my first time doing a ghost and actually trying to do like the background behind him, like he is see-through. And I'm very happy with how that turned out. And then I went over it with white gel pen and also a white pencil to try and kind of make him look still a little more ghostly. And there's some white pencil here too for the light coming off the flashlight. I'm happy with how the grass turned out. Now I will say I did try like a different technique originally on some of these bushes in the tree where they bring, you know, like a darker color forward by doing the little dots to kind of blend it in. I don't know how, I don't get it. I don't get that one. There's more nuance to it than what the tutorials would have you believe. I tried to follow a tutorial for it, and you know, they're kind of like you know, you do your dark color, and then you do your light color, and then you dot the dark color into it, and you do it randomly. It did not look good random. It looked horrible. There's some kind of nuance there. It has to not be that random. So I went back over it with darker colors and just did like a regular blending thing, and I think it turned out fine. I'm very happy actually with how the tree turned out. This bush here is where I started it on. So this bush that's like really dark in the background was the one where I started, and I did not like how it looked at all. So I managed to save the page though and just do like regular blending on it, and it turned out fine. Actually, like I said, I'm really happy with how the tree turned out. I did think about doing like nice tree bark and all the detailing there, but then I got a little lazy and was like, there's enough detailing on the page already. Yeah, very happy with how it turned out though. Even though I couldn't pull off that technique, I'm still very thrilled with what I was able to do. I did some blending for the sky in the back and on the outfits and the grass, and it still looks really good. Yeah, this is a very cute book. A lot of pages in here that I could still do for November. And oh wait, there is a little bit of glitter. It's on the candy. But yeah, you'll see this in November for sure. Super cute book. Definitely get it. If you are someone that doesn't mind coloring out of season, get it because it's so cute. Okay. So next is 50 Halloween Miniatures, Camellia Angelkova. I know she has a new one also. Well, it would be new to me because I don't have it. Spooky Miniatures, maybe, something like that. I didn't get it. I also didn't get her 31 Days to Halloween. But I did do this haunted house, and I did it because the page before it, this page here with the cute little vulture, had yellowed this page some. And so I was like, let's just color that one and color over it. I did such dark colors that you have no idea that I'd even yellowed it. Very pleased with how this turned out. I'd want to do just like Halloween colors, which to me are like orange and purple and green. So the haunted house is kind of a little bit crazy looking, but I'm actually really happy with how it turned out. And I got lazy for the ghosts and didn't do the same technique that I just did where I made them see-through. I colored the ghosts how I would normally color ghosts in books, but that's okay. I just didn't feel like it. And this does have glitter around the little front gate here. And there is actually some gel pen on here. It's around the skulls down here. And then there's also some yellow, although it's not showing up super good. I outlined the cloud with a yellow paint pen because I did like a yellow glow on the cloud. It's hard to see, but I can tell in person that it's there. And yeah, I'm super happy with how this one turned out. Very cute. This is another book that I have just colored like a ton of pages in. So next, let's do Matchstick Mouse. Halloween coloring book. I only did one page in here because this is the one where the background has already been colored in for you, and I don't like that as much. But I did this one, and I've explained before that my copy is really like super light gray, you can tell on the black, so I have to go over it with a black marker, and I didn't feel like doing a page where I would have to do that a lot. So I picked this one because there wasn't a ton of black on it. It's the Witch Cauldron page, and I'm very happy with how this one turned out. She's got something bubbling in her cauldron, maybe for a Halloween party, because she's got a little bat decorations and the leaf here that kind of looks like a ghost. This one is a super simple page. These take like 30 minutes, if that. Just boom, boom, especially because there was so much black on this one. It was pretty easy to color. I did do a lot of layers of paint, though, for all of the spider webs in the background. It takes like a few layers of white paint to really build it up and go over the black lines, especially when they're super thick like they are in this book. So I kept coming back to it, like 20 minutes later, do another layer, 20 minutes later, do another layer. But it looked really good. I think it turned out really well. So yeah, this one's cute. There's just a little bit of glitter for the bubbles in the cauldron. Super happy with that one. Love Matchstick Mouse. Let's do a new book to me, Unfazed by Holly Dolly. She's Holly Dolly Draws on Instagram, but you can go find her there. And this is not a Halloween book, but I did a very Halloween page. And I have some blotter pages on here still because some people were saying that the black Ohuhu marker yellows. So I'm just keeping a blotter page here for a few more days to prevent that from happening, hopefully. And I did this page. And since her brain was kind of coming out of her head, I thought I would make her a zombie, also which is very fitting for Halloween. And I followed a tutorial on how to color the tiles. These were just squares in the background, and I thought they could be tiles. And I'm very, very happy with how the purple tiles turned out. They look awesome. And yeah, I'd made her a zombie because why not? So I did Google like, I think like emo zombie makeup or something to base the color scheme off of. And there was a lot of black and purple and black and pink, so that was what I went with. Really happy with how this turned out. Super thrilled. There's only like just a little bit of glitter on her tongue piercing. And I kept this because I've seen a lot of people do this like sticker effect where they do a thick white outline around the image themselves. So it kind of looks like a sticker that's been placed on the page. There was already an outline here, so I just kept this part white so it would look like the sticker effect, and I think it looks really, really cool. And then I used just some gel pen on her jewelry, which in the like scene emo scene is referred to as candy. I know that, and it's always kind of like pastel colors. They use like perler beads for it a lot of the time. And so I thought that my pastel pins would give a better like perler bead effect than just using markers, and I think it did. I genuinely think it turned out really nice. Yeah, super fun, super straightforward and easy page to do. And then next, a page that I'm very, very happy with. Now, this one's not Halloween themed, but I did save this page for this because it was Halloween. I did the page behind it with this TV head character. And I wanted to try the black and white and like rainbow thing I've seen people do. They're calling it rainbow grayscale, I think. And I didn't really do like a grayscaling thing, but I kept with the whole like gray and then rainbow color scheme, and I'm absolutely in love with how this page turned out. It was the first one I did for the month, And I just adore it. And actually, if you upload your images to Instagram and tag Holly, she will comment on them and look at them and share them, and that's super nice. Yeah, this was so much fun. I just picked some very basic rainbow Ohuhu colors and kind of blended them all together across the page and on the face and the eyeballs, and then I did the gray goop coming off the eyes and the TV itself and then the outfit. This book was just so much fun to me this month. I don't know. This could be a book that I could see myself finishing because I just kind of went crazy with it. Oh, there is a little bit of gel pen highlights on the TV. And then just a little bit. This is a dual gel pen, so it's supposed to be black and red glitter, but in this bright light, it kind of only is the red color. If I shielded the light a little bit, you can tell that it's the black glitter. But on camera, it's just going to show up as red, I think. Yeah, very thrilled with that page, though. I am going to put my 2 blotter pages back, though, because like I said, some people were saying that the black Ohuhu marker has yellowed for them, and I'm just going to give it a few more days to, like, totally dry and make sure it's good so that it doesn't yellow anything. And then next up, I have Deborah Muller, of course. And I have Vamps, her newest release. She didn't put out that many Halloween books this year, but I did pick up this one, of course. This one's not super Halloween-y, it's just vampires. So this one works any time of year, I think. And I did this girl here. And I don't know, something happened, I think, when I closed the book and put my blotter page away, the ink wasn't totally dry on this bat, so it smeared a little bit on her neck here. I can see the, like, blue ink from the glitter pen, and ugh, that's super annoying because I otherwise really love how this page turned out. I just did the super basic headshot basically of this vampire girl, and I gave her green hair because why not? She seems fun and modern. She was in a very Victorian antique vampire, so I didn't want to just do like gray skin and black hair. I did do a different thing for her eyes though. Rather than giving her human eyes, I thought I'd make them look a little creepy and yellow and orange, and I love how it turned out. And yeah, she's just wearing like a cute little purple outfit, and she's got plenty of glitter, like I said, on her outfit, especially in like that little spot there. You can tell that it's glitter. I think it just wasn't dry enough and it smeared when I closed the book. Ugh. And then on her jewelry up here, and there is a lot of white gel pen around her teeth and the crosses on her outfit there to just make them stand out and pop a little bit. I used my Ohuhu markers on this page and my Calier to do her hair. Oh, there is actually some purple paint too, outlining the kind of ruffly, lacy looking parts of her little dress top thing down here that she's wearing. Yeah, very thrilled with this book. I'll probably color in this one again next month too, because like I said, it's not really super Halloween. It's mostly just like vampires, and they could be any time of year, right? She's kind of like in very short sleeves. Probably not Halloween, right? It's a little too cold for that. So that could be an any time of year book. And then last but not least, I have Graveyard Queens by Deborah Muller. I'm not really, or wasn't really before, into portraits, but I have been recently. So I had to break this one back out and do another fun portrait, and I did this girl. And now I'm not sure what she's supposed to be. Some of them in this book are very obvious monsters. She just sort of reminded me of Tina Turner because of the hair. So it's just Tina Turner. I don't know if she's supposed to be a werewolf, maybe a full moon back there, and she has a lot of hair. I'm not totally sure. I'm very happy with how it came out, though. She just kind of has like a Tina Turner, Elvira vibe going on with the hair. So I tried to do a lot of different grays and blacks rather than make it a solid hair color to make it a little more interesting, because she is not wearing clothes, so it's just skin tone and her. But actually, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. And then of course, little bats in the background. That makes me think like she could be a vampire, but she doesn't have vampire teeth. So yeah, I don't know, a werewolf monster maybe? Maybe just a monster. Maybe just some kind of monster. Anyway, very thrilled with this one though. I did use some glitter on some, but not all of the stars in the background. And this one really was, other than that little bit of glitter, just straightforward markers and nothing else. No real touch-ups, no real paint. I also did something different with her eyes too though, where I did a little bit of a darker ring around the brown, just because I thought it looked better. And some people's eyes are really like that. Not super like a monster thing, just some people that have dark brown eyes, it really is like a really dark ring in the lighter brown. So I just thought it looked really good for her style, and I like how it came out. Yeah. So that's it for the month of October. Not as many pages as I would have liked, not as much Halloween as I would have liked, but I ended up being sick and busy. So I still think I did a good amount. Let's actually count really quickly and see what I got done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and that was all from the easy coloring. Those help when I do 5 a month out of that. It really boosts how many pages I have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, up to 20 pages. Wow. That's way more than I thought, and that actually might be more pages than I normally color in a month. I think it's, again, because I did the 5 pages out of the easy coloring, and that really boosts how many pages I do. Well, 20, yeah, actually, that's a lot better than I thought, so no, that's not so bad then. All right, yeah, hey, I didn't do too bad. It just wasn't that many Halloween pages. Yeah, okay. You know what, 20's a nice number. We'll take it. We'll take it, especially for how busy I was. I genuinely thought that it was going to be like a dozen pages, guys, by the end of the month, just because of how busy I was. All right. Awesome then, 20 pages. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you look forward to November's pages.